So, I take a granola cranberry and I eat it. Hello, YouTube. We are talking about Death Note, the Netflix series. For anybody who doesn't know, Death Note, the Netflix series, is an adaptation of the Japanese anime, and I believe manga. I've never read the anime. I've never read the manga. I've watched the original series on Netflix, and original anime, and I've seen 2 of the 3 live-action movies. You don't really need to see a third one from what I understand. It's just some tag along to the movie, and they kind of split the series up and condense it, but it's really just 2 movies with a different ending too. If y'all don't know, Death Note is about a book that if you write anybody's name in it, they die. As long as you're picturing their face and have the correct name. If you don't write how they die of a heart attack, and I think in 40-something seconds. If you do want to specify, you can specify how they die up to 2 days. And it's dropped by a Shinigami, a death god, into the human world and picked up by a kid named Light, who's like a perfect student, perfect son, wants to make the world a better place, and even, I believe in the series, he wanted to be a detective to actually solve, put criminals away. Light starts using it to kill criminals, and then is hunted by the world's greatest detective, L. And it's a social combat between these 2 guys, mental chess for Light to try to find out L's name, and so he can kill him, or not even sometimes just take the pressure off of them trying to find him, or who's actually using Death Note, because they don't know. He's used the name Kira, trying to be the god of the new world, and L, who wants to expose Light. So, Netflix series, I did not like it. I did not like it at all, and I deeply tried to check my balance at the door, because in the first 10 minutes I was like, oh, this isn't my Light, like this isn't Light from the series, but that's cool. Let's see where they go with it. Let's see what they bring. And he brought nothing. It was really watered down. It was like something on Disney XD. Just had a couple of nude scenes there for no reason, and gore. But besides that, everybody was two-dimensional, not these fleshed out characters. And honestly, I will say this, I thought we were getting a series on Netflix, like even if it was just a season. I did not realize it was just a movie, and I want to say that how could you condense the whole premise of Death Note into one movie? But Japan did it for the first one, and it was a 2-part movie, so I guess that's fair to say. And even then, they left out stuff, but they got the spirit of it. This left out a lot of the social combat, the strategy. Death Note should be like watching 2 master chess players, or just the top level South Korea StarCraft match, where it's constantly thinking ahead, 5 steps, 10 steps, social combat, deception, innovation. And I remember when I first heard about the series, I didn't think it was going to be that great, because I was like, well, sometimes certain series have a way of overpowering characters. Like, oh, we just write somebody's name down, doesn't he automatically win? And that was the beauty of it. Like, they made that series interesting with very little action and just suspense and drama, and like I said, social, intellectual combat more than fisticuffs. In this, how do I explain this? I'm gonna go back to the original real quick, and I know I keep talking about it a lot. It's just really hard to compare what they missed the mark on. So in the original, justice is a really big concept. Justice is always there. It's always talked about. What is justice? Is justice reactionary? Is just a concept we come up with? Is it just a social contract to keep people mildly safe from our baser instincts? A big thing comes out that, the protagonist, Light, wants to create a world without crime. So he kills people that commit crimes, dictators, war criminals. Anyway, he starts killing them. Crime actually goes down. should he have that power? Should he have the power just to write somebody's name down? No due process, no nothing. No real. I mean, he's really smart, so I think he does investigate some people, but I know others he just writes their name down when he. L, just a reactionary. This is his part in the system, and I think at one point he even admits, I'm not a just guy. I'm doing this because I like to win, and this is what I'm good at. So, Just is a really the concept of justice is another character in the series. It's hardly mentioned in this movie. Also, of course, the corruption of Light, or whether Light already said this in the surface, or we all have the surface, really wasn't done in the movie. He's kind of a bumbling kid in the Netflix series. It just didn't translate well. It didn't translate well. They didn't take the time. I think that they didn't trust the audience to have a deeper understanding, or even the character didn't fit the tropes. Like Netflix series, he's bullied by boys bigger than him. He's not really showing that much. Not really intelligent. I mean, there's a scene where he shows him finishing other people's tests or whatever for money, but that doesn't show a level of intelligence that Light should have to go up against the world's greatest detective. And even then, it was an action piece that just didn't fit into the Death Note. So, and I say that because Death Note should make you think. It should be creepy. It should be eerie. It should challenge your concepts of morality. This doesn't. It doesn't challenge anything. It just tells some story, some bubbling kid who's really a good kid at heart. There has to be a black hat and a white hat. There's for some reason, their house is in a bad neighborhood. As it's on, there's a train that goes by it, so everything shakes every time a train goes by. Like an L for people in cities with L's. It just didn't do it. It didn't do it justice. It didn't do the story justice or the characters justice. Light and L are very interesting characters, yet we really didn't see to get them play off of each other. We didn't get the depth done. I will say the kid that played L would do a good job in a better adaptation of this movie. I had no problem with his interpretation of L until there was a foot chase at the end where L's chasing after Light with a gun and trying to shoot him. I don't know. I highly recommend you check out the original anime. It's on Netflix. It's dubbed for people who hate subtitles. Dub's not bad at all. I think you'll enjoy the voices. It's very stylized. Writing a pen or eating a chip from a bag is very dramatized. Do yourself a favor. If you got something to do today, don't half-ass it because you're watching this. Anyway, like I said, I didn't enjoy it. Not even doing a rating system, but I just didn't enjoy it. I think it was pretty much a waste of my morning. But that said, if you like the series and you want to see the interpretation of America, bastardize it, have at it, Hoss. So, remember, Draw for the Squad cast is up. If you want to listen to people talk about movies drunk, if you want to listen to people debate pop culture, just talk about life, different scenarios, we're the channel to come to. We have a squad of 4. I'll have guest speakers from other YouTubers that you might know. And we have a lot of fun, laugh a lot, drink a lot. I won't put a description in this video unless it's up. Well, it's the weekend, guys. I'm probably gonna be busy. But if it goes live before I get off of work, I will post a link in this description. If not, I'll post it in my next video. Just check us out. Anyway, I think it's okay to geek and drive. You have a good weekend.